Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I'm Isaac, and today is Tuesday, February 8th. And yeah, let me actually go ahead and switch this up right here. We are on February 8th. Shout out my boy Chris. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, my boy. So let's get right into it. One thing that I noticed right here for this US30 trade, I wanted to see why US30 is kind of moving the way it is, and it's pretty clear, you know. Same thing with NAS. I just don't trade US30 as much, but we could see that it stayed inside of a consolidation zone for about a week before it broke out last Monday and made its way up and pushed up right to the upside. Then we had a break of structure right here. This low was broken, broke down to the downside. Wick came down here, but price actually came up and rejected this 62% ILC right here. So this ILC was up towards the 79%, but I'm going to delete it just so it's a little bit clearer for us up here. And yeah, you can see price actually rejected this cleanly the first time around. When was that? 291 to 928. It's about 300 pips to the downside, right? So pretty clean trade. One thing that I see here is that it's flagging out, right? You can see the flag formation forming. Flag formation forming. And I think price is ready to make its move up here possibly and fall down. Or it just breaks out and pushes up to the upside. But if I had to guess, I think it's going to come down. Just when I see this like this, I usually see it drop down from here. We could, possibly see it retest this level right here. So it's just a matter of time. We'll see what happens today. But on the NASDAQ, let me actually delete that. Sorry, still got some of my notes from yesterday. So we already had our trades taken right here, right? What trades we were looking at. So one thing that I did as well, let me move this. I think we are definitely in a sell-off ILC now. Get rid of these. Alright. So, let me go ahead and show you what I see right here. Alright, so for the most recent high to the most recent low, I like this ILC right here. It's possible this ILC is right inside of, and even though it takes two bearish candles to kind of create this ILC, if we go down to the 15-minute, you could see exactly what I'm looking at now, right? So I think it can still come up to this area, retest the 62%, and come back down to the downside. And like I said, I like leaving my zones up a lot because it just helps me as a trader. I know that these zones are where they need to be, and when you're in a trade, that's the best thing that can happen is the zones tell you what you need to do. So I would be looking at something like this. This was actually should have been red. Looking at something like this for a trade. The only thing that kind of sucks about this is I'm not too sure it'll push up from here. It's possible, but we're a few hundred pips down. So you can see this ILC right here getting a little bit of respect shown, right? Even if you go up to the wick, you can see that there's a lot of respect shown. But I like going from the body. I feel like that's the most important key right here is the body. So we could see a push up from here, but it's kind of hard to tell. Only thing I don't like is that it's possible for it to come up to this level and drop, but I also think another area to look at, this would be considered a purple. And again, sorry guys, this is just the way I get down. You guys can, not look at the charts that way, or have as much shit that I have on the charts right here, but this is just what helps me as a trader. So it is what it is. But another thing that I think could possibly happen is from this area, kind of what we've seen last week. We might see it come up to this zone right here and fall off. Alright, and this is actually pretty clean too. Golden zone ILC. So these are two areas of interest that I'm looking at right now. You know, possibly come up to this level here, reject the ILC with the 15-minute, and I like the 30-minute a little bit more. Yeah, we'll see what the 30-minute gives us. I think yeah, it is the 15-minute. I like the 15-minute here to just come up and, you know, looks a little bit better on MT4, but MT4 is always off. So one thing that we'll do is we'll just go ahead and see if price is going to give us what we need right here. Well, I'll definitely wait for this level right here, because you can also notice that this is a strong supply and demand area as well. So we'll see what it gives us. But truthfully, we could see something like this. I would say the chances on this are a lot smaller. Well, I like my chances up here more than I do right here. I think price can break up to this level right here, do what it needs to do. The only unfortunate thing is that we have a huge stop loss, which means a huge risk, right? 61 pips is a big risk. So that's why you want to break it down to the downside, and you could see, okay, we could possibly get in here, right? So if we see price doesn't respect here, we can wait for price to get up here, and now instead of a 60 pip stop loss, you have a 39, 40 pip stop loss, right? And your risk to reward is a little bit better. And usually you want to go up to about here, right? So you have a 1 to 5 risk reward here, and you have a 1 to 3 risk reward here. So it's just a matter of what we're going to see and what price gives us. So we'll see, because at the end of the day, if price breaks above these lower highs, well, then we possibly have a break of structure, right? So we'll just see what price gives us, and we'll go from there. We got about excuse me. We got about 6 minutes till open, so let's see what it gives us. I'm gonna get myself some water, and my desk is a little shooty, so I'm gonna clean that up real quick too. Give me a sec. Yeah, so one thing that I see that's pretty obvious is that we got lower lows and lower highs, right? But this is a strong level right here. You know, this red line right here, you could see that price has respected this area multiple times. So we could see a push up from here too. I just wouldn't risk it because we're not in a buyer's market right now. We're in a seller's market. So one thing that I try to do is never go against the trend. It's the biggest rule on my rule sheet is, you know, don't go against the trend. If we're in a seller's market, don't be putting in buys, because, you know, you could put in buys, and, you know, when you got enough confirmations to do so, it's possible. I just feel like in a seller's market, buys don't go as far, right? You could really only catch half the trades because we're in a seller's market. And, you know, those road bumps that we see that we're talking about in the trade breakdown video, when we're explaining here why we're taking some of these trades, you know, the roadmap. So when you have a road trip and you say, okay, well, we need to break above the 1 minute EMA, we need to break over this high here, then we need to break over this high here, that usually doesn't happen in a seller's market, right? So that's one thing that I would say is just try to stay with the trend. If you got confirmations, by all means, because we've taken trades in buys in a seller's market. But one thing is that we've had multiple confirmations to take the trades, and that's why we do it. So if you got the confirmations, go for it. But just be wary that if we're in a seller's market, some of these trades won't go as far as you would expect them to go, you know. So that'd be my biggest advice there. And yeah. Sun's closing in on 7 months. Little dude's getting big. So let's see what we got here on these trades. Got about 3 minutes till open. It looks like we're getting a decent little push up to the upside on this 5-minute chart here. So let's see what price gives us. I'm going to set up my charts over here too. Got the 15-minute set up. And right here we'll get the 1-minute set up. Yeah, and I know, you know, if you have one computer screen, that's fine right now. I traded with one computer screen for the longest. This was just my investment into myself and really taking this thing seriously to get, you know, a couple monitors. But you know, I think that helps when you see the different charts when they're hitting your zone, what it looks like, you know, what those candles look like, what those rejections look like. So I think that's an important one too. We'll do this one 5-minute. NAS. You can see it's kind of coming down right here still, so we'll see what it gives us. There's a good chance it pushes up from here, right? I mean, the risk to reward here would be great, right, in terms of a trade, but I just don't see the confirmations to take the trade. Because you could do something like this. Yeah, no, they wouldn't be great. I wouldn't take this trade. It's less than a 1 to, you know, a 1.5. Because you got to expect, you know, on a buy that price could just reject from here. So we'll see. We'll see what it gives us right now. Alright, put this one here. Get your MT4s ready. Got about 45 seconds left till open. Alright. We'll see what happens right here. Moment of truth. I think we should see a push up to our levels though, so let's see if that works out in our favor. 630. Oh, sorry, I'm not in this trade, so don't not in that. Moving kind of slow, right? Let's go down to the 1 minute here. See what's happening. You can see what it's been doing the last, you know, 30 seconds, 40 seconds. There it goes. There's the push up to the upside. Now we want to see what it's going to do in our area. Alright, so I would be personally, I like this area right here. But we'll see, because this is a 62% right here. Right here, so we'll see what it gives us. It's getting the move that we want. right? So kind of rejecting this area here. Sorry, that's my wife is tired, I guess. She can't hear that alarm. So we got a nice push up. Let's just see if it's gonna go to our zone. Definitely touching our zone now. You can see the rejection right there. A little bit of respect. Oh, shit. Damn. Shit, well I hopped in a lot later than I would have liked to. I don't even think I should have hopped into that trade. Fuck. I got a small position in at 56.28. Damn, I mean that's a nice rejection right there at 9 minutes, or with 9 seconds left. Man, literally tapped that shit and flew down. Don't know though. I don't like the entry that I got on this first position. It's a small position, but I don't like the entry. But okay, yeah, this thing. You could see the rejection right there. That happened pretty quickly. It was kind of like you had to have a sell limit set up right there. Well, we're in profit a bit. You know, a few pips, about 6-7 pips. I'm not sure I like it necessarily though. We could see a rejection here from the 50 EMA and push up. But let me actually draw out where I'm at. I'm up about 10 pips. Yeah, somewhere around here. Sorry, it's moving pretty quickly. I want to say this is about right though. But we still got a lot of time left on the 5 minute. I think I'm going to move my stops to break even because I think it could reject this area, truthfully. So up about 25 pips, close to it. Wish I would have put a bigger position in that. That shit really didn't give me the shot. I mean, we're up a decent amount of pips right now. Sorry. But I probably take a little bit of profit at this zone because I think it could reject it. So I'm going to take my smallest position down just to secure some dollars. See if I could get it down a little more. Damn. Yeah, now it looks like we're about to get stopped out. But we'll see now. Shit. I was up about 120. Now I'm up about $14. Yeah, you could see the rejection right there. It was pretty massive. I just got stopped out. Made about $6 on that trade. So again, you know, you got to be quicker because the real trade was, you know, right here. That's where we're looking for entry. But let's see what price does. If it's going to reject this zone right here, looks like it is, right? Break a structure to the downside possibly. But I just want to wait and see what the market gives us. Because realistically on the 5 minute, it's still the same. I'm sorry, no it's not. On the 5 minute, you could see the candle right here. I actually like it to reject down again since we have that long wick. But let's see if we could get a retest at this zone, or see if price falls at this area. Let's actually just move this over. We broke even here, right? Broke even. Made about $6 on that position. I mean, it looks like it's coming down again, right? Alright, so I jumped in a small position again. I want to see if I could get a little bit closer up top. Okay. So I have a 0.02 and a 0.01 in here. Damn. Yeah, I don't like that. That push is way too strong. Yeah. Damn. It looks like price is gonna break through all of this, if I'm just being honest. But I'm gonna let price hit my stop loss. If it hits it, it hits it. And you know, we'll call that trade. So this is really where you want to get in if you haven't got in. But the way the push up looks right here, it does look a little bit too strong for my liking. So if it breaks above this wick right here, I'm assuming price is going to push up to the upside and possibly move up to our other level up there. So, you know, if it does, it does. Where am I at? Pretty clean rejection, you know. But we got to see if it's going to come down to where we want it to. Yeah, it doesn't look like it though. It looks like it's being pulled up to the upside. We still got a lot of time left. Yeah. Yep. That wick right there. We'll see. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. And we'll see what the next position gives us. When you're not so confident in taking the trade down here, you have to, and I wasn't patient enough, right? I thought maybe it was rejecting down. So I wasn't patient enough. But, about a 40 pip stop loss. That's where my bottom position's at. So, you know, we'll see what the market gives us. I mean, 1 second left. That looks like it's kind of going to go up. But we'll see what the next candle does. Nah, yeah, it's going up. So, just got stopped out on these trades right here. Don't tell me I have my stop loss too tight. Damn. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I'm jumping back in here. This is our zone. If it finishes bearish like this, I'll like this. Okay. Alright, I just entered. We'll see if it hits. I'm going to have the same stop loss right here. Oh, there you go. So took a bit of a loss right here, right? Was able to jump back into these trades, but you know, I don't want to risk so much of your guys' money because that right there, you know. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what price gives us because I don't like that rejection. We still have about 20 seconds, but you want to see it fall down more than that. Yeah. Let's see. Still got about 13 seconds, but if it finishes bullish, then I think the trade is probably going to push up to the upside. Huge rejection. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's going up to that next level. Yeah. So, stop that again. And I think, honestly, I'm going to call that a day for me. I've already taken a loss. I'm down about 197 on the day. I don't think I will take another position. Just because, no way. I better not do what I think it's going to do. Yeah, it broke above there, so it should push up to the upside. Oh, shit. Oh, don't tell me like that. I just put another one in because, you know, I had confidence in this area. So let's see if it's going to now move the way I want it to move. And this is my third and last trade of the day. No matter what, this is it. So I like that got engulfed right now. That's what I like. And I essentially got in at the same area. But I'll tell you for sure what I got in at. So let's see what it gives us. I'll give it to them. They fucking got my ass right there. There we go. Has to break through here. Let's see what it does for us. Has to break through all of this right here. Now the 50 EMA that it's about to touch right here on the 1 minute, it's important that it breaks through this. If it doesn't, we're just looking to push up for another higher high, and that's it, right? So yeah, you see that rejection? Yeah, so definitely I think yeah, that rejection right there is showing us that it's possible to push up from here. I'd move my stops to break even, and then you know, let's see if it can stay down though. Stops are at break even. Yeah, I don't like the way it finished bullish like that, truthfully, because it could just push up from here. It could come back and retest, but yeah, I think it's coming back up a little bit. Damn. Let's see. I'm in at 76.63, so if it hits my stop loss, it's pretty close. It's about 10 pips away now. It looks like it's getting pulled up there, but we'll see. Okay. So I'm down 200 for the day. Let's see if we could, you know, make that back to break even. And this is my last trade for sure. So, you know, if it hits, it hits. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Is essentially where I'm at with this. And I just got stopped out. So, yeah, that's my last trade for the day. I'm going to go ahead and call it on that note. And it looks like it's still respecting the shit out of the area, right? Like this zone right here is being respected like crazy. But, you know, today was really a product of me having too tight a stop loss. Too tight a stop loss, and not just, I guess just not, wow. I guess just not believing in the trade all the way. We're in a downtrend, but like I said, I have that other, wow. Holy moly. Stopped me out by like 6 pips too. Man, yeah, the bias is, it's hitting, but it's not hitting in the area that I like it to, right? Like it is coming through and it is hitting, but it's that it's kind of consolidating right now. You could see that it's just sitting in this zone, right? This is 630 open right here, so it's basically been sitting in this range this entire time, but a bunch of rejections off of this area. And if you look at the 5 minute, it looks like this thing is coming down, truthfully. Multiple rejections. It broke above by like a pip, so that's what kind of makes me cause the pause. Is it breaking above by a pip? This level right here broke above by a pip and then dropped back down. So yeah, I mean, for me, I would just have to say, yeah, I think it is possibly push. Oh yeah, there it goes. I think it's possibly pushing up to that zone up top, but that's just my thinking. You know what? Something about this fucking zone. Tell you that much. This bias is hitting for me. I just I like these rejections right here. These are all clean rejections out of this area. And what's crazy is I should have never taken any of these losses, right? It's just my stop loss was too tight. So, I mean, that's the crazy thing, is that all of this loss that I took today could have been easily avoided with just a little bit more of a stop loss breather. So, that's something that you got to take into account a lot of the time too. But overall, I think it's pushing up to the upside. It's just waiting, right? Maybe there's some news coming out today that I didn't see. Why is it sitting in this area for so long? Forex Factory. Got about a minute left on the 5-minute candle. So, I mean, if this finishes bearish, that would be the ideal thing for the trade. But yeah, today February 8th. Yeah, nothing crazy. Small business index, trade balance. I guess they came out a little bit better than expected. There we go. A little bit better than expected. So we'll see what the market gives us from here. I never recommend what I just did. It is called revenge trading. Revenge trading is when you essentially revenge trade for your losses, right? You take more of a position on your losses, right? And when you do that you tend to lose. You tend to just lose and lose more and lose more and lose more. But I've seen enough of this trade to know that I think it's coming down. I think it's going to come down. It has to break through this level, right? But I think it does. Like it kind of did right there. It could still reject out. But I think it does. I think it comes down to this zone right here. And we could see a huge push. I did something that nobody should ever do. Yeah, let me just tell you like that. So it has to break through this though. It hasn't broken through it yet. I'm gonna actually, it's kind of in the same zone. It hasn't even broken through the 1 minute yet. It could still reject and push up. So you can see there's an ILC right here as well. It's respecting and rejecting, right? So okay. So I mean, I'm in profit about, I'm in at 75.85. I just seen too much of this trade. And honestly, I broke my trading rules. I entered four. I mean, it's all the same trade, but I entered four different positions and I revenge traded. I put in a bigger lot size than I was supposed to, so I kind of did everything completely wrong right now. It's working out in my favor today, but usually it doesn't. Um, just being honest, usually it doesn't work out in our favor that way. Um, Usually you see the worst of the worst when it comes down to that shit. Just being honest. But I mean, if price pushes up from here, then I think obviously it's coming up. But I think it should push down from here. Should. We got 20 seconds left on this candle. Let's see if it can break below here. Um, I think 600 pips would be a good target here. I mean, 61 pips would be a good target right here. And possibly break below there. It's possible. I want to see this candle finish under the 50 EMA though. Kind of what it's doing right here. To finish below that. Rejecting it, right? So, this is off of the 5-minute, right? Rejecting the 5-minute again. So yeah. And I'm about to get stopped out again. Still in it, but it looks like, with that push up, there's still 1 minute and 31 seconds left on the 5-minute. I mean, it could come down, but it's just a matter of time. What are we looking at? What are we looking for? That's a little bit too strong of a push. I would have liked to see it stay below here, right? I mean, I like that rejection, but it's still pretty bullish, right? It engulfed the last two candles. Basically, the last three candles it engulfed. So, I'm going to actually move my stop loss just above here, because if it breaks above here, then I think it's coming up, truthfully. And yeah, it's already there. Yep, just stopped me out. So yeah, I gotta walk away from the computer now. You know, um, I'm gonna walk away from the computer now. I just don't want to overtrade at this point, because basically we're just overtrading, right? Um, the trade hit. It did what we wanted it to do. I just had too small of a stop loss. That was the lesson for me today. It was too small of a stop loss. Um, you know, this did bring me back into positive for the day, in terms of just being up for the day. I'm up $45 right now. I was down 200. And yeah, I mean, at this point, we just call it a day. There's not really much to do. We, you know, price is kind of consolidating right now, but I do think it falls off. It has all the makings for it to fall off and continue down to the downside. But I'm just not in the right mindset to be trading today. I'm not doing the right things. I'm over trading, so I'm gonna do my part and walk away right here, just so I'm not doing the most. Like I said, I do think it is coming down. That's my opinion. You could see it's kind of showing us why it should come down. The 5 minutes a little bit different, but overall, you can see huge rejections to the downside coming down. You also see right here 15-minute double, right? Double tweezer top outside of our rejection zone. So it does look good. There's still 3 minutes left, and that's the crazy thing is It's been sitting in this area for the past, 15 minutes, basically 30 minutes. So I think overall it should come down, but it's just a matter of when. And you can see it's just playing in this area, so now I think it's going to push up. But we'll see. I'm going to step away from the computer before I overtrade and start digging in, going back into the negative right here. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Today was a bad day of trading for me. Not being patient enough right here, right? I entered after price projected down. Should have entered up here and had a deeper stop loss, but I didn't. Took some unnecessary losses, right? Because if you think about it, okay, I understand this loss right here. This loss right here, I just wasn't patient. But these ones were a little bit tougher to swallow because I had good positioning. I just had too tight of a stop loss, which then puts you into the negative, right? So I didn't execute the way you need to execute with these trades. Usually you need to execute on a different level. You have to be confident. You have to be patient, and then you have to be disciplined. And then you got to have the confidence to enter when you need to enter. So I didn't have that today. I didn't do that the right way today. So essentially, you just got to go ahead and let it be after that. So, yesterday we had a great day. Today I made $45. And, that's the more realistic way of what trading is you have losses, you have wins, you have gains, you have all of that, right? But sometimes you just can't win them all. And you can't win every day. Today could have been a great win if I would have just been patient. The trade hit the way we wanted it to hit. Not all the way, right? I can't say it hit the way we wanted it to hit, but it's in position to do what we want it to do, right? It is. It's in position for it to do what we want it to do, which is break down to the downside, right? So if we go to the 15-minute here, we want to see it finish this way. We want to see it finish this bullet. We want to see it fully engulf this, but this is a good way to finish this candle. Rejecting the 15-minute 50 EMA. Came up to our zone, so it looks great, but we just didn't execute. And that's why I'm saying we had the correct bias. We called the bias. Excuse me. We had the correct bias. We had the correct sell-off level, right? We already had this set, just didn't execute. So that's on me today, not executing correctly. And it's something that I'm going to take into my trade journal and see exactly what I did wrong. But like I said, I think it should come down to the downside. It looks like it is. I just don't want to overtrade. I feel like I'm lucky to be where I'm at right now in terms of my could have been a lot negative. So if you guys are in this trade, I think it's coming down. And look at that. The last 4 fucking seconds. 4 fucking seconds of the candle. Look at what it did. That's how it finishes, the last 4 fucking seconds. Boom. We knew where it was going. We knew where the trade was hitting. I didn't just execute the right way. So that's on me. That's on me. So now I'm getting a little mad just looking at the shit. So I'm like, damn, that shit hit perfectly, right? And we could even see this go down here to this 27% level. Break below this, right? Even here, if you caught the trade, that's 77 pips that, it was there for the taking, right? 77 pips there for the taking. All the confirmation showing us that it's coming down. Just didn't execute right today. And I still think it's coming down a little bit more than this, just to be honest. So, yeah. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys seen how undisciplined and impatient I was. I kind of felt it when I took these 2 trades, and then once I kind of got off my game here, it threw me off my game here, and now we're seeing price do exactly what we wanted it to. So, a little bit of overthinking, but tomorrow we have another day to trade, and we'll go from there. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are still in this trade making money. And, because like I said, I think it could come down at least to this level here at the 27%, which would be about 111 pips. So, appreciate you guys again. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow at 6:15 a.m. Tune into the trade breakdown for today, and, we'll basically I'll go over everything that I did wrong today, and we'll go from there. Have a good one, y'all.